Welcome to the roommates, the roommates, the roommates. Hi y'all, it's Amber. Welcome to the roommates. Today I'll be having Burger King. I'm having the Sourdough King. And I'm also having the spicy chicken sandwich and the Whopper. And I got my large order of fries and my onion rings and my OREO cheesecake and the TWIX pie. So what are you guys all eating today? So today I got up late in the afternoon, around like 2 o'clock. Because I'm used to working nighttime, so when I got up in the afternoon, first thing I did today was I helped my roommate clean the living room. And anytime it's cleaning day, once a week when I got clean, we always argue. Or I'll just be getting screamed at. So the first thing I want to do when I get up is go make myself breakfast. But with my roommate, the first thing she liked me to do is get the living room clean and sort the laundry. So the whole time, she's telling me like 3 times, she's like, Amber, bring the vacuum. And a lot of times when I first get up, I kind of space out because I'm not used to starting the day. So it takes me a little while until I'm like fully awake. So the entire time, I was in one of my lazy moods where today I get up and I just didn't feel like doing anything. And so she had to tell me at least 3 times to get the vacuum out. I finally get it out. And then I turn it on to start cleaning. And she's like, you forgot to clean behind the couch. And I'm like, I just cleaned there. And she's like, well, you didn't clean good enough. Go over it again. So this whole process, when I was cleaning the living room, I had to basically polish the furniture, clean the carpet, well, vacuum the carpet, vacuum the floors. And it's a big room, so a lot of times my furniture collects so much dust because my roommate's got 4 cats. So I'm sitting there taking my sweet time trying to clean every shelf, an order that's on her tables. And she just like, Amber, it doesn't take that long to clean the table. Hurry up, I want to get this done. So just to clean one room, it took me like, it took me about 2 hours because I have a tendency to procrastinate. Because when it comes to cleaning, I'm like one of those people that will rather wait till the last minute to clean. So then her brother comes by, and I took a break to watch like spicy challenge videos, like spicy food challenge videos, so I could get myself ready for any spicy challenges I might be doing in the future. I was watching this one guy, and it was crazy. This guy was eating, what was it, like spicy death nuts. It was like he had to do like 5 in order. It would be like 2 at a time. And every time this man would pop the peanuts in his mouth, because it had like powder, like chili powder, ghost pepper powder, habanero powder. Every time he ate a peanut, he had to wait 30 seconds until he could eat another one. This man's tongue was so on fire that he put a board, like a 2x4, on 2 buckets. And in order to get his mind off of how bad his mouth was burning, he sat on the plank, like he just jumped down and sat on the plank where the plank just hit his male part, just hit his grind area. And I was like, why would you want, I'm just thinking like, how can anyone put themselves through that much pain? Now I can understand eating the spicy food, but I don't think I would go to any extent to smash my balls on a 2x4. Oh, that man was crazy. He did that same thing every time he went to eat a peanut. He'd be suffering from how much it was burning his throat. So he would do whatever, any crazy thing he could think of to get his mind off the pain. Now, if it was me, you know, viewers, you've seen me do my spicy challenges. I'd be sitting there just taking the pain, going like this, like, or making weird gestures with my mouth and just like jumping around. Finally, he did that same thing at least 5 times, just every time he would eat a peanut. He would do like what he called like a shot ball, which was fall down on the plank of wood where it would aim for his balls, just so he can get the pain out of his mouth, and he'd be focusing on a different pain, so his mouth wouldn't be on fire. He's focusing on a different part of his body that's in a lot of pain. I'm just looking at this man like he is crazy. Like, if I had to do the hot food challenges like him, I would not go that crazy. Like, I would eat all the spicy food, but I would not go to any extent to just be hurting my body parts to get my mind off of it. So finally, after I got done watching that film, that challenge that guy was watching on YouTube, I finally cleaned my dining room. This is my first time eating the sourdough king, and this is amazing. For any of you that haven't tried it, you have to get it. It's good. So then, finally, after I get done cleaning my living room, I'll jump over to the dining room. Half the time, so I tell my roommate, I'm like, I need you to help tell me what I'm doing wrong when I vacuum, because her eyes, even though she has glasses, she sees more clearly than I do. Because like when I clean, I have a tendency to kind of clean half-ass, and she likes everything done like spick and span perfect. So anytime I vacuum, I ask her, I'm like, did I get everything? Does it look good? And she gets mad that I don't just like vacuum without having to ask her, without her watching me. Because when I was growing up, my mom did not enforce me and my brother cleaning. Like, the only thing we had to do was, all that my mom would have me do is just keep my room clean and clean up my plate behind myself. But when it came to chores, she would do all the chores once a week, and she never asked us for help. Because, like, she was such a perfectionist, where she thought if she asked her kids for help, that would drive her crazy, because we wouldn't know the right way to do it. And she didn't have the patience to teach us, so she just did it herself. This sandwich is extremely delicious. There's bacon. In this sandwich, there's bacon, onions, cheese in the middle, and this bread is just out of this world. Like, this is a lot better than half the other new sandwiches that they have, because they use different bread. They don't use the one with the seeds in the middle. And this one just stays soft. Like, it's good quality. So anyway, anytime me and my roommate clean together, and she gets mad at me, I always tell her, like, I don't know how to do that. I mean, you do know I never had to do anything when I was growing up. The only thing I had to do, the only job I had when I was younger was to do well in school, keep my room clean, and clean up behind myself in the house. But my dad, on the other hand, he used to always tell me, he's like, you really should learn how to clean a house, because when you move out, your future husband is not going to accept that you only know how to clean your room and clean the dishes. He'll tell me like any man's gonna put you out doing that. And I would say to him, like, well, what's wrong with me learning how to clean the house the right way? Once I move out and gotta have my own apartment, then I could just do it then. Because I have an older brother, and between me and him, we were like two opposites. in the house, like I was like I was kind of like the lazy one, and then he was more the he was more like the clean freak. So a lot of times when I was younger, and my dad would leave the house, my brother, he would go in my room, and he would clean my room, like as if he's doing me a favor. And I'd go in there, I'd be like, what, you were in my room today? I'd be like, yeah, it was a mess. I thought I'd clean it for you. You're welcome. I'm like, that's not why you were in here. I know that you were in here because you're probably looking for money laying around. This burger is really good. You guys gotta try this. It's really good. So viewers, what'd you guys do today? Where y'all from, and where do you live? Like I'm originally from the suburbs, like the north suburbs. But then I moved out of I moved here in the city after my grandma passed away, because I stayed with her about a year to take care of her. And I've liked it so far, because it's a big step when you move out of your family's house and into an apartment, because you gotta worry about like living with other people and kind of getting along, dealing with each other. Because with your family, they'll pretty much take your crap and let you get away with murder. But once you live with roommates or friends, it's a whole different ballgame. For any of you guys or ladies that have lived with your family a while and are planning on moving out, save up your money and make sure you work on your credit. So that way, you can get your own place, and that way you don't have to live with other people, because you never know who you move in with. You're not always going to get along with your roommates. You're going to have your days where you get along, but then you're going to have your days where you argue a lot. And you may like keeping a house a certain way, and then they might like keeping it a different way. Like you can think that you keep a house clean, but then they'll be like, she cleans half-ass, or they might like their house like perfectly clean. So it's like, it's sometimes hard to live with other people. Now I got my dip and my ketchup. I always have trouble getting these open. When I was a kid, Heinz ketchup had this one ketchup. It was actually green ketchup. Anytime I would, when I was a kid, anytime I would get Burger King, I would put the red ketchup and the green ketchup that I would get at the grocery store. Personally, I think they just use food coloring just to make it look pretty. But I used to eat the weirdest food when I was a kid, like mixing food. Like the first thing I learned how to make when I was younger was deviled eggs. Because I had saw my cousin the way she would make it, and I just copied how she did it. It's my onion ring with the zesty sauce. So then I went to Walmart today. I cannot believe the sales that they had going on. But the prices are only going down because they now have more grocery stores by me, or in that shopping mall center. Burger King's got really good fries. You guys should try it. Today I was thinking about this movie that I used to love watching when I was younger. The movie was called Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. It came out in probably 2004. I used to watch the movie over and over. It was like my favorite movie. Like any movie with Lindsay Lohan, I was watching it. When I was a kid, she was my favorite actor, or my favorite actress growing up. She always had the most interesting movies. Like her movies was comedy mixed with drama. That's always a good combination. Like on Netflix, there was this one show I watched. It was called 13 Reasons Why, and the show was about this one girl. She was new in school, and she was in high school, and she made different tapes, like cassette tapes, and put on each tape different reasons why she ended up committing suicide, and blamed it on and just blamed it on 13 different people that had upset her in high school, because she was the type of girl that just took things way too personal. Because when I was in high school, it didn't matter to me, like, how bad I got made fun of. Yeah, so about the show I was just telling you about, I couldn't believe the girl would actually commit suicide just because all the breakups or all the guys that she had came across that did it wrong. Alright? I know people go through a lot of issues, but I mean, it's not bad to the point you have to, like, take your own life away. That's just terrible. I was interested in the show, but at the same time, I was disappointed in the girl. Because she had really good parents. Like, she had the type of parents you could talk to about anything. They were really nice people. I'm thinking, like, why would you just bottle up your feelings and let it get to the point that you're going to take matters in your own hands? Because when I was younger, if I had a problem, I would always tell my mom. Or I'd talk to my brother about it. No, not for you viewers watching. I'm almost done eating. This is my Oreo pie. This cheesecake is delicious. You guys gotta try this. You wanna bite, viewers? Like when I was a kid and I had a bad day at school, I pretty much would feel better once I got home because all I had to do was just turn the TV on and just do my homework. And watching TV, that would get my mind off anything that happened during the day. Because like when I was a kid and even now as an adult, I'm like, I've always been like glued to the TV. It's like, it just takes my brain somewhere else and I'll just be focused on the characters. And I'll just like visualize myself if I was in their shoes or if I was on the show. And that would like really get me into the show, just watching it. If I read an interesting book, I would like, I picture myself as the character and just like kind of picture the story and the plot in my head, and it would just take me somewhere else. It would be like I would leave reality for like 30 minutes, reading a book or watching TV. Now I'm down to my last thing to eat, which is the TWIX cake. This is how it looks. Isn't that delicious, viewers? I bet you'd like to try some. This is so sweet. It's just over the top sweet. Well, viewers, I'm full to high heck, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Thank you for watching The Roommates. Good night, everybody. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Peace out.